Hi, this is 365801 and this is a book and manga haul from the month of October 2025. So as you can see, it's a pretty healthy stack, bigger than it should be, but well, when there's bargains to be had, there's bargains to be had. And a lot of this I bought at the beginning of the month. In fact, most of it I bought before halfway through the month. So I have actually had a lot of this for a while. I did just take advantage of Sci-Fire's 10% discount for Sublime titles. So I will be having a haul next month for sure. I can't pass up 10% and get lots of Sublime titles. And I do enjoy getting a wee Sci-Fi order every now and again. So yeah, there will be more to come next month. This, though, is a pretty sizable stack, and a lot of them were really good bargains. I have, I think, 30 volumes here. A couple of them are prose, but the majority is actually manga. So yeah, there's a few brand new titles, as you can see, some plastic and things. And then, as you can see, a couple of little yellowed edges, which means they're secondhand. So yeah, I got a good mixture for this month. So let's just get into it. So as usual, we're going to start with the prose, and no Danmei this month, but some that I've been interested in. I have not actually read any FT Lukens. I do have a couple digitally, and I've always meant to. And I did think, oh, this would be the perfect time to buy some like Spellbound here for a bit of maybe spooky reading if I've had time. So far this month I have not had time. So yeah, I got a paperback of Spellbound and a hardback of So This Is Ever After. And I got them for really good prices because they were part of a 4 for 3 on World of Books secondhand. Or was it eBay? I think it was eBay actually. Maybe it was We Buy Books. We Buy Books, that's what it was. So it wasn't a 4 for 3. It was just a good buy. So This Is Ever After, I paid only £3.90 for a hardback. That's crazy. And for Spellbound, it was £3.89, 1 pence cheaper. So yeah, I'm actually really happy with those prices. I mean, my goodness, getting a lovely hardback for less than £4 of a book that I do want to read. I do want to give FT Lukens a go. I'm not too sure if it's more YA. Please let me know in the comments if you are an FT Lukens fan. What's your favourite one? And I'll give that one a go. Is there one Deeper Waters? I think I have a digital copy of that. I think I might have another digital copy of something else as well. So yeah, FT Lukens has always been on my radar for someone to try and see if they were for me. But yeah, I still haven't done it yet, which is shocking, I know. But I got these for very good prices, so I'm very happy. So I thought I would show my manhwa in a different order this time. This is from least from a publisher to most from a publisher. And this is the single volume that I picked up from Go Komi. And I don't actually think I have any Go Komi in my collection because any of the BL-esque titles from Go Komi are very difficult to get hold of. And I wasn't ever sure if they were truly BL. And I don't even know about this one. I don't know about this one. But I did see it for fairly cheap price. And it's by Duo Brand. I know. Of all the people to buy a Duo Brand, I know. I have this, if you've been watching me long enough, you'll know I have this like love-hate relationship with Duo Brand. I have so much of their work in my collection, and I have so much on these shelves unread from Duo Brand because every time I look at them, I'm like, I don't want to read you. But I want you in my collection. And this one I just was like interested in. It's Crossbreak. I don't think this is the only volume that they printed. I don't know if this is a 2 or 3 volume series that they printed, but I know that there's more out there that I would have to try and get. So this is giving myself possibly a challenge. I feel like I should read this first and see if it is actually BL or BL in any way, because Duobrand really does kind of straddle that line of being kind of BL or just being BL baity, I guess. Oh, let's put some pretty boys in and a fun, exciting, adventurous story and call it done, that kind of thing. So I'm not too sure. But this is a Go Commie one. It's the first one I've ever gotten. And it was an okay price. I probably could have gotten this for a bit cheaper, but I think it was £6.82. I have seen it in the past for like £4.99, and I probably should have bought it then. But yeah, £6.82, which seems a little bit more than I would want to pay for something I have no idea about, and it being Duobrand. But for Go Commie, I'm okay with that because I kind of want to see what else is out there for the BL manga. I only really collected the out of print ones that were more obvious, and now I'm kind of looking at the ones that are less obvious. Are they BL or are they not? That kind of thing. So yeah, happy to have it in my collection for now. I know, crazy, it's a Duobrand. And I will have to at some point give it a read and find out a little bit more about it as a story and see if I can get other volumes, if it's worth having. And that's what I need to figure out, if it's worth having in my collection or not. The next one I have only one volume from is a Kodansha title, How to Deal When Your Intimidating Neighbour is Actually an Omega by Nikuya Inui. And with a really like big big sign on the front. It's not a sticker, that's its published explicit warning, graphic content. Kind of a bit garishly. Did anyone else think that? I'm like, any need? Like, I know what I'm buying. It has Omega written on it. I know what I'm going to be buying. But maybe it is very explicit because I haven't actually read it all the way through yet. It is just, at the moment, I think a single volume, but there might be more. I do not know. I'm not the person to ask. I really need to actually do a bit more homework about these things. But yeah, I just know that it's an Omegaverse one. But for whatever reason, I didn't like previously last month, like rip open and go, oh great, I need to read this right now. But I kind of, looking at it now, I kind of want to. I just like the fact that this is, the person on the front cover is probably the Omega. And yeah, I mean, maybe it's this subversion of the Omegaverse, or maybe it's just playing into the normal tropes. Anyway, I got it for an okay deal, £7.48, which I think is not too bad. I'll probably be able to see it for cheaper in the future, but I kind of want it in my collection now. And I really like the big pink. It's kind of cutesy. So yeah, I need to read this soon, I think. Now on to a couple of June manga titles. Pure Love's Sexy Time by Psychedelico, Volumes 1 and Volumes 2. Now these ones I didn't ever want to buy because technically I've already bought them. So I could have picked these up for cheaper at a different point in time. I definitely have paid more than I wanted to for them now, and in the past. These were part of the Kickstarter. These are the volumes that I have technically already paid for multiple times over with the Kickstarter, and none of the things promised were ever posted out. So I'm not going to get it. And the reason I picked these up is because there has been a lot of chatter about the fate of June manga. We've not heard from them for a while. They haven't put anything out for a while, and I think, is it Jiggly Bean? I don't know. Jiggly Bean, is that how you say it? One of the BL distributors that I do follow has made their own announcement, which was that they're having issues sourcing titles from them or having any kind of communication. And so they are concerned that they might not get anything more. So they're just letting everyone know that. And in doing so, it caused a bit of like a ruffling of feathers. Oh, are they now under? Which would be another one, because last year we got Nick Comics as well, which would mean that everything in Junior Manga is out of print. And for me, I just thought, you're not going to get them. Just, buy them yourself. So I did, and I just bought them from Amazon because I was like, where can I get them both? And I will have to pay a little bit more, but it is what it is. So yeah, Pure Love Sexy Time Volume 1, $14.99, and Volume 2, $13.79. I do already own these digitally. I bought them digitally ages ago, before they were physically available. But it does mean that I'm thinking about what they have released during Manga, and what I don't have in my collection, because I didn't really take the latest volumes as seriously as collecting some of the older out of print ones. I now have all of the out of print manga, but if they are now no longer publishing, that means that everything's out of print. So I do need to go back and see what they've released in the last, say, 5 to 10 years, and just make sure that I've got them all. And these were two of the ones that I needed to get. There is one more that they released, but they released on such a limited publishing that it's really difficult to get hold of. So hopefully I will be able to get one, which would mean I was randomly finishing another publisher, which, is usually me going, yay! But with this one, it wouldn't be, because I really want them to continue publishing, Twittering Birds. I want the rest of that. I want them to be around just to be able to print some of the things that they were printing. But at the same time, if another publisher takes over and does a license save, I would be happy with that. There's definitely ones like Does the Flower Blossom that I wish we had more of. There's definitely ones that they have published that are out of print that I think a lot of people would like to have copies of. This pair, though, is not one of them. It's not the best psychedelico. I wanted Strawberry Chocolate Vanilla. That was the title that they said they would publish as a push in the Kickstarter, and it's not transpired. So that was the reason. I already had read these. I already had them in digitally. I didn't really care. But when they said that they would do a physical version of Chocolate Strawberry Vanilla, I was like, yes, please and thank you. So that was one of the biggest ones, I think, from probably from 2015 or something like that. In Japan, it was like the number one title in the what was it? Konobiel ga sugoi kind of thing. So yeah, this is not what I wanted to do, seeing as I've already given Junior Manga a lot of my money. But I did have to buy it just to make sure. So yeah, if you are concerned at all, I would buy the things. Buy the things, so that you don't have non-buyer's remorse. And that's basically what I'm doing right now, trying to buy the things so that I don't have non-buyer's remorse before it's too late. I mean, Junior Manga might just release a statement in like a week's time going, yeah, we're still alive, don't worry. Or they might not. So yeah, we shall see. It is a bit of a concern in BL spheres at the moment, and we've not got any feedback. So take that and do what you will with it. Now, I also picked up a couple of Tokyopop Love volumes, which I've not read. One of them is just a one-shot by Emu Sootome, which is ironically, I think, the same mangaka as the one junior manga volume that I don't have, that I really want. And also, I'll Never Fall in Love with an Egoist. And then volume 3 of My Beautiful Man. This is by Yu Nagira and Megumi Kitano. I picked up My Beautiful Man, volume 3, for $6.99. This was also an Amazon buy, because I just thought, shove it in with the other things that I was getting. And I'll Never Fall in Love with the Egoist was £7.30 from eBay, which is pretty good. I think if I can get any of the Tokyopop volumes for less than £8, which is sad for me to say. If it's less than £8, it's a good deal. It's a bargain. Oh, inflation. But yeah, if I can get it for less than £7, like £6.99, then I'm very, very happy. So I think I have volume 2 of My Beautiful Man, but I do not have volume 1. So I won't be able to read this volume 3, but this one shot I will be able to. And I do like the way it looks. It's very pretty with the sunset, so that's one I can definitely read. Now moving on to publishers where I purchased 3 volumes, and this is a Square Enix. I did get this from eBay for £18.87, which means each volume was £6.29, and I think that's a bargain. And yes, I already have one volume, Mobsters in Love by Chiyoko Origami. This is a 3-volume series, so I just thought, why not? I'll just buy the whole set. Because they are a little bit pricey. I got the first volume as a deal in Forbidden Planet, but I'd rather not pay £8.99 for the volume. I'd much rather pay £6.29 because the seller has them in excellent condition. Except, as usual, I mean, I'm very much aware that when you buy a Square Enix title, unless it's Cherry Magic, the front cover and the back cover kind of pop open quite a lot. They're very floppy. But this just proves my theory from last month that that's how they print their manga. Very floppy open covers. But yeah, very happy to have this because everyone said it was really cute. I did read volume 1 already, so that's why it's not on my TBR shelf, and I do want to read the rest of the series. I'm not a huge Yakuza Mafia story fan, but this one was kind of cute, so I'm kind of looking forward to doing a reread, and I can just read the whole series. And yeah, I will have to get rid of the duplicate. It is what it is. But yeah, for £18.87 for a 3-volume series, I feel like that's a really good buy. And like I said, in excellent condition. So thank you to the seller for selling it to me. On to the next publisher that I have 3 volumes from. And this is Kuma, which is part of Denpa. I have Noriko Kihara's Even If There's No Rainbow Tomorrow. Mamita's Haberdashery Ginmokusei Part 1, and Nomoto Narita and Sakishima's The Ruthless Commander and His Reincarnated Warhorse, which I didn't realize is super bright. When I see this online, I think it like the color is I kind of like wonder what the actual color is, but in real life, like you can see it on the screen, it's kind of like an orangey color, but in real life it's luminous orange. It's highlighter orange. It's really bright. Why on earth would they do that? I don't understand. Anyway, I did get them all for different prices because I got them all over the place. I think I got Even If There's No Rainbow Tomorrow from, was it World of Books? I think it was 766. I think that's the one. Which is pretty good for a Kuma title. Haberdashery, Volume 1, that was $7.99, which is still pretty good. That one I got from Amazon. And then The Ruthless Commander, I also got from Amazon. It was a little bit more pricey, but it has been, basically, I haven't seen this go for less than £11. I've never seen this anywhere for less than £11. I'm like, that's why it's taken me so long to get it. So £8.49, is a little bit more than I want to spend on the volumes, but I'm like, fine. I've been conditioned to see this as an £11 volume, so to see it for £8.49, I was like, okay, I'll take it. And they're brand new, wrapped in plastic. It's not like it's a secondhand copy, like Even If There's No Rainbow Tomorrow. So yeah, they all look beautiful and lovely, and they're all Kuma titles, so they're in excellent print conditions. So I'm gonna enjoy them. They always have really interesting titles. Haberdashery Gin Mokusei, I think volume 2 has just come out, so I'm going to keep an eye out for that one. And Mamita has quite a popular following now, I think, as well. So yeah, I haven't read any of these. I'm going to at some point. I really love, and I don't know about you, but like Seven Seas is really churning a lot out in terms of BL now, which stresses me out. Kuma titles, though, I love me a Kuma title because they don't print that many per year. They print just a little number. And I feel like I'm able to keep up and get good deals at the same time. Like, I don't necessarily need to get it as it's released, but, you know, a few months later, and I'm getting a good deal for it. So I want to say thanks to Kuma. Thank you, Kuma, for not stressing me out and making me feel like I'm able to keep up with the output. And the fact that they're all really, really interesting. I do have a few more that I need to get from Kuma, but that's fine. I'm not stressing about it. So, yeah, I'm concerned about how much I'm not getting from other publishers, whereas Kuma, I never feel that way. On to another publisher where I picked up 3 volumes, and honestly, I'm a little disappointed that I didn't pick up 4. And also, I know what you're thinking. Hold on, you only needed to pick up 3. Why would you pick up 4? Yeah, I bought a second copy. I deliberately bought a second copy, which was kind of pricey, of Embracing Love by Yokonita Volume 5, just because the one I've got is very, very sun damaged, and I kind of wanted to see if this was a better copy, and it is. It's a beautiful copy. It's in excellent condition, and I got it from, I think I got all 3 of these from We Buy Books, and I think I did get a little bit of a discount, so maybe the prices I'm giving to you aren't the real prices. I think I got a little bit of a discount for buying them, but I only needed 3 volumes, and I've bought 3, but one of them is a duplicate, so I still have one more Be Beautiful title to get, and then I will have a complete Be Beautiful collection. Will I do it by the end of the year? The problem was I did actually purchase the 3rd volume that I need, but Canada, it was from Canada, the Canada Postal Service went on strike the next day. I just like the luck you have. You either have the luck or you don't. And yeah, so the postal service went on strike the next day, and so the seller was like, I'm really sorry, I'm gonna have to cancel the order. So it was more expensive than I want to pay, but at the same time I was like, just get it because it's the final volume. Then you've got a complete set. Woo! But no, I still have to see if I can get it. So yeah, the Embracing Love volume was kind of pricey. It was £15.85, but like I said, that might not include a discount. And then of course I have volume 1 and volume 7 of Kizuna Bonds of Love by Kazuma Kodaka, and those were the last 2 volumes I needed from the 8 volumes that we know were published. The 9th one had an ISBN, had a cover, but was never published in the wild, I don't think. So it's just an 8-volume series for this one. And I just needed these 2. And We Buy Books, they had it. Volume 1 for £10.55, which is pretty good actually, considering. And it's in excellent condition for an old title. And then Volume 7 was £11.37. Now, I do have a bit of non-buyer's remorse, because I could have gotten both of these, for a lot cheaper, a lot, like long ago. And the Kizuna Volume 7 one, I could definitely have gotten even a little bit, like $9.99, that kind of thing. So yeah, there's definitely a little bit of non-buyer's remorse for some of these older titles that I could have picked up quite some time ago when they were going for like £2 or £3 each, because no one was buying them at that point. But that was a long time ago, like 10 years ago. But I've been doing this for a while, been collecting for a while. So yeah, I still have one more volume of Embracing Love to pick up, and it is pricey. I am checking out where I can get them. Do I want to splurge? I feel like no, I don't. But it is just the single volume to have a complete collection of a publisher, which would be nice, because I don't think I've done that this year, unless of course I managed to pick up one more from Junior Manga and that goes out. of print. So yeah, it's the hunt is still on, guys. The hunt is still on. So yeah, they are kind of pricey compared to like newer stuff, but it is what it is. So on to the next publisher. This is Yen Press, and I picked up 3 volumes from them as well. This is 2 volumes of The Betrayal Knows My Name by Hotaru Odagiri, Volume 3, which is an omnibus volume, and Volume 6, which is evidently not an omnibus volume, so I'm guessing that's how they did it. I still don't know if it's 2 volumes or 3 volumes in the omnibus, but it is what it is. But it does mean that I've got volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4 now. So now I'm aiming for 5, because I still have a gap. I picked up these 2 volumes from World of Books. I got volume 3 for £6.46 and volume 6 for £7.73. So pretty good value. I do think Yen Press have just republished them though. So I think I could probably have gotten like brand new copies, but they're like £11-12. And I'm like, nah, okay. But it does mean that these second-hand volumes are a lot cheaper because the market's now been flooded with brand new copies. So I'm okay with that. It means I can pick these up because for a long time these have been slightly more difficult to get hold of, and they've been second-hand and about the same price as the new ones. So yeah, I'm okay with paying that. I also picked up The White Cat's Revenge as Plotted from the Dragon King's Lap, Volume 4, which is by one of my favourite mangaka, Aki, but the original story is Kureha and the character design is Yamigo, I think. So it's not Aki's original work, but the mangaka is someone who I love their work for. So I have been picking this up. It is not a BL. It is like a fantasy isekai and follows a girl who gets isekai'd into this fantasy land, and she can turn into a cat, and she kind of befriends the Dragon King. So I will want to do a reread of volumes 1, 2, and 3, and so I can, in preparation of volume 4. I love Aki so much. I just wish we had more of Aki's original works, and most of her stories could actually be finished. That would be great. But yeah, I did get this for £6.45, which is a really good price for this volume because I've been on the lookout for a good price for these for a while. So yeah, happy to have these in the collection, adding to my series. On to Ice Press. I want to say easy just because of the Japanese, but it would be, I think, Ice Press. I think that's what most people have been calling it. And this is, I think, also a part of, is it Yen Press? But it's all of the webcomics and things like that. Now, I did pick up volume 2 of Tied to You last month, and so when I saw these and I could get them for a good price, I thought, why not? And volume 4 is, I think, the final volume, so I can read the whole thing. I have already read volume 1, and this was digitally from NetGalley, so I'm quite happy. I do understand it's like a fated mates type thing, fated individuals, and it's like your partner, kind of like a red string of fate type thing, but a little bit messy. Very melodramatic and messy. This is by Chelius, and the art is by Watt. And I think it is just a 4-volume series, so I think I do have it all now. I got volume 1 for £7.66, which is pretty good. Volume 3, £7.65, and volume 4, £7.82, and these were all from World of Books, so secondhand, but in very good condition. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. So yeah, I do know it's about the story of these two guys. A guy who ends up being fated to the older brother of the guy he's like best friends with and kind of in love with. So it's the older brother. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. I didn't really know how I felt about it anyway, but yeah, now I have the full series so I can read it and see if it's toxic and messy with the rest of the volumes. I think it's going to be. I'm looking forward to it. And next to it, we have The Remarried Empress. This is by Sunpol Hera Lee. an alpha tart. Is that right? I love the names. I love the names. This I got for £3.12. Can you believe it? On eBay. I think this was We Buy Books, something like that. In excellent condition. Excellent condition. And out of everything that I've purchased this month, this is the first one I'm saying I read. I know, the non-BL title. I read this one, The Remarried Empress. It's messy, melodramatic. I love it. I was having such good fun. Maybe I should have more, villainess and empress stories in my life. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll buy it because I saw that there was a few volumes. This is super long, and it's on, which one is it? Tappytoon or Webtoon? I think it's on Webtoon. So I can just read it. I can just read it. So I don't need to buy it. But I bought it basically because of my sister. I was like, she's really into she likes reading as well. She likes romance stories and things. But she's more traditional straight stories. She likes reading. And I did think, oh, I maybe buy her some funny, outrageous ones that she might enjoy. She took one look at this and went, yeah, but she was already reading something, so she was already interested. Maybe if she was bored, she had nothing, she just finished, she'd give it a quick read. It's so silly. I love that I have it in my collection, but I've already read it, so it's not going on my shelves, it's going in my drawers. This is like the story of someone who is in an arranged marriage to the emperor who she grew up with, and he decides to take a mistress, and it's messy. It's not great. And the lady that he takes is like a pretend ditzy, silly person who is lying and scheming. It's all about that kind of thing. But then there's also this guy from another country who, I don't want to spoil anything. If you want to go and check it out, and he kind of befriends her, and so the whole thing starts off with, yes, I will, I would like the divorce, please, but only on the condition I will submit to a divorce from my emperor husband, but only under the condition that I can get remarried straight away. And everyone's like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, duh, that would be the case, right? She's a free agent now. But yeah, I'm wondering when we're going to get to that, because then we go back in time and we start off from like how it all begins. And we didn't catch up to that moment by the end of this first volume. It's really well made. It's wonderful, like print quality, and the colors and everything's really, really lovely. The art style on the front is really great, but the interior art is not as pretty as the front cover, but I still enjoyed it, and I feel like I could spend a few days just scrolling reading the webcomic. I don't need to pick up the physical volumes, and it wouldn't be going in my collection anyway as a part of the collection, but it was super fun. I did enjoy it. I did say to my sister, do you want to take this away with you? And she was like, no, it's fine. You can keep it here and I'll read it when I next visit. So I don't know if she will actually do that, but I had a good time with it. It was fun. And I'm happy to be able to pick it up for like £3. That's ridiculous. So yeah, Tied to You and the Remarried Empress. I am now officially started collecting this new publisher. So yeah, it's an imprint, I should say, rather than publisher, but this imprint I now have in my collection. On to Seven Seas, which is the final publisher, and I have 6 volumes, so I thought I'd show the first 3 here. These are all things I have not read. I Ship My Rival and Me, Volume 1. This is based on the Danmei novel by Peppa, and the art by, I'm guessing, Qualia? And I have not read it, but it is colour inside. It looks lovely, and it's very thick. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give this a go. I also have the BL First Crush anthology, which I've been meaning to pick up for ages. 5 Seconds Before We Fall in Love. This is obviously an anthology, so there's multiple authors, and I have no idea who any of them are. I haven't actually checked that out. But just the cover art is so pretty. I've been meaning to get this for ages. And then Stay By My Side After the Rain. This is volume 2. I think there's 4 volumes out. I don't know if it's a complete 4-volume series, but I know that there's 4 volumes out. This is by Shoko Rakuta, and I think it was also made into a drama. So I should check that out too. I did pick up these for good prices. The BL First Crush anthology was £6.97, which is actually very good for this volume because I haven't been able to see it for that price. And I've been looking. I also got the I Ship My Rival and Me for £7.89. And then Stay By My Side was £7.64. So yeah, all around the £7, £6, that kind of thing. And I'm very happy with these prices. They're good. And the conditions are also good. So yeah, I can read Stay By My Side because I have already read volume 1. And the other one is a volume 1, so I could read. And the BL anthology is just short stories, so I can read all that. So everything here I can read. I just haven't yet for whatever reason. And on to the last 7 Cs that I got here. Hatsukoi Note Volume 2, Love's a Luster by Ame Kiri. Love, a Kitten and a Salty Dog by Nenko Nen. And Volume 4 of Hate Me But Let Me Stay by Hijiki. Now I picked up Volume 4 for £3.37. What a good deal. But I can't read it because I've only got Volume 1 and I've read that already. So yeah, I need to pick up Volume 2 and 3 to be able to read this volume. And I have not done so yet. Also, Love, a Kitten and Salty Dog I got for £7.74 from World of Books. And Hatsukoi Note Volume 2 for £7.23. So pretty good deals all round. I have read Hatsukoi Note Volume 2. It was the one I was most excited about, which is kind of odd. But because I'd already read Volume 1, and it's just Volume 2, I think that's it as a series. I don't think there's any more. And it was about the two, like, friends from the 2 characters from the first book. And it was kind of sad. There was a lot of emotion in this one. I really enjoyed it. It was lovely. And I was really looking forward to it. So yeah, the art style really did grow on me in the second volume. I think I preferred this one in terms of the art, in terms of the story, in terms of the characters. It was super cute. That was lovely. But it was also very emotional. There was lots of issues as well. So yeah, that's a good one. I recommend Hatsukoi Note. It was super cute. Love, a Kitten and a Salty Dog I started to read, and I have not finished. To be fair, I only started it like a couple of days ago, but I'm like, I'm not sure. It's not like I got bored. I just was like, I can kind of see where the story's going, and it's not really grabbing me. Yeah. It also feels very much like the setup anyway felt like Honey Darling, because there's a vet and someone and brings in a kitten, and it's like that's the exact same setup as Honey Darling. But I've already read Honey Darling, and Honey Darling is lovely, whereas this one I'm not too sure about. But yeah, I'll have to give this one a go. And obviously I won't be able to read Hate Me But Let Me Stay, which is what I'm kind of excited about, considering the art on the front kind of gives some things away about what happened. But I've only read the first volume, so yeah. These are good ones. I'm happy that I read at least one thing from Seven Seas, considering that I picked up 6 volumes. But yeah. So Hatsukoi Note's going from the shelves into the drawers, but everything else is going it's going to have to go on the shelves. So that is everything that I picked up for the month of October 2025. 30 volumes in total, 2 prose, 28 manga or webcomic incarnations. Lots of variation, I think, and a nice mix of old and new titles as well. Things that help complete things that start complete start collections of things. Gokomi, I cannot believe I've got a Gokomi in there. Um, and yeah, so some complete series as well, like Mobsters in Love and Tie to You, I can read now, and ones that I've read already, which is Hatsuko Note 1 and 2. So yeah, I'm feeling good about this month. It's a nice mix of different kinds of things to add to my collection. But yes, the big issue is, of course, that I'm not reading them all. I have once again got a lot of work on, and my work colleague who I do a job share with has injured herself, so she's unable to come into work. So I will most likely be doing a lot of overtime, which is what I was doing anyway, because she was on annual leave, and as soon as she came back, she got injured. So she's going to be off for at least 8 weeks or something. So I'm going to have a lot of overtime, which means I'm not going to get a lot of reading done, which is sad. But I mean, it is what it is. Or I just keep telling myself it's more money for books. It's more money for books. At least I need to say that because I did spend a lot of money at Sci-Fire. So yeah, that'll definitely be in next month's haul, which I'm very excited about actually now. I do enjoy a little Sci-Fire delivery. So that'll come in probably a couple of weeks. So happy days. And all of this, very good. I can read it all if I have the time and inclination. I do want to try and see if I can get some more reading done before the end of this month anyway. By the time this video goes up, it'll be November, so happy November. I hope you had a great October. Thanks for watching to the end of this video. Take care, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!